momentum going. Can he go for Phoenix again? I want to see that same style.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing very well with it. And herO just really needs to calm himself down. We're seeing uncharacteristically bad control from him and where it matters the most.
Yeah, that was a sick throw in that last game. Really out of position.
Alrighty, guys, going into Expedition Lost here for game number 4. Let's see if herO can tie things up.
우승할 수 있는 기회. 터닝 포인트.
Up here to the top right in red. The only player from a foreign team to ever win a Star League in Korea. Rain.
Umbrella.
This guy always
Rain.
comes to Rain's matches and does this.
What the hell? In the bottom left, in the blue, we do have CJ's herO. Losing. Pretty disappointing last game. Trying to play catch up in the Phenai battles, but fell behind in a big way. What does that say, Wolf? Asunal.
I don't know. That one was lost to me.
Doesn't matter, mate.
I'm not even gonna lie. I could read that one too. I just don't know what it was trying to say. I don't know what the 416 refers to either. Might have been probably a date, I guess, because the word Nair means day, but I don't know. Anyway,
what happened on that date, Wolf?
I'm like, I don't know. Someone look it up on Wikipedia. April 16th, that fateful day.
That fateful day.
A lot of people have talked about this Rogue Curse, by the way. Have you heard of this?
No, I have not.
If you lose to Rogue or rather, if you beat Rogue in the round of 8, then you lose in the semis. That's been like a trend for a few tournaments, apparently.
Interesting.
So a lot of people expect that herO will advance because Rain defeated Rogue in the round of 8 in that curse.
All right. Well, there you go. Magic is real, and curses exist, and apparently Rogue is cursed. It's unfortunate for him. I guess you need like a voodoo witch or something to help you out there.
Well, it's starting to look like the curse could be broken with Rain having a 2-1 lead here. And a fast Cybercore could be lending itself to quick Stargate again here. Warp Gate research, though, first. And a Mothership core.
Oh, I need a herO save us now. All right. A lot of originality going into today's cheerfuls. Yeah. What would be a plural for, cheerfuls? Cheeries.
Cheeries, yeah.
That's the correct English term.
Yeah.
Cheeries.
Cheerfuls is also acceptable, but cheeries, yeah.
No, cheeries.
I like cheeries better. Now,
Chinai.
Alright. So, herO is known for his blink play in the late game. If you actually go back and watch his play versus Classic, oftentimes he was down 50 supply and stayed in the game for 10 more minutes trying to harass his way back in with a group of, say, 7 to 10 Blink Stalkers. Well, today he's just really not on point with his control, whether he's slightly ahead or slightly behind. Either way, he's making these huge controls mistakes, and it looks like it's going to be rushed Dark Templar, actually, from Rain here.
Wow.
He's done basically something different every single game now, 4 times in a row, showing us something different again.
He's got a lot of strategies planned up for this series. He doesn't really have to worry about Pro League or anything like that, so I guess he has a lot more time to himself to just figure out what he wants to do against in a best of 7 like this. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has something planned for every game, every map.
Well, that's definitely something to keep in mind. The thing about these maps is they're not determined until about 30 minutes before the game start, but because it's a best of 7, every map could appear, so you can still prepare one build for every single map.
Certainly, and, well, let's just see what hero's going to make out of this Stargate as well. It's going to say a lot about how this game's going to go down. If it's going to be Phoenix's, big problem for herO.
Even if it's an Oracle, it's not that safe either, and it is going to be an Oracle. There is a fairly forward warp-in point for Rain, but he needs to get damage done here because his Nexus is so significantly delayed, and he has very few units to defend the counter Oracle harass. So let's see how much damage he can get done here.
Well, same time, a probe scouts out the natural of Rain, sees how delayed it is. Probably knows the tech's on the way, but look at this Oracle. It's going to be coming out in just a second's time, and it's going to be out of place for this DT.
Now, can you check how many pylons are powering that Stargate as well? It could be something that comes into play here.
Just one.
Just one, okay.
Just one. Second Oracle on the way. First Oracle flies by. The DT does not see the blur.
I think he knows because he's making the second Oracle and he pulled that probe out of the natural.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right because he did change the rally point of that Stargate as well.
Yep, now he knows what's up for sure, but how many probes will he lose? Pulling probes already, 3 going down, losing a lot of mining time. This is already worth it for one DT, I would have to argue.
Oh, if he ran out now, it would be so smart. Instead, going to commit to it. 4 probes, a lot of mining time, plus that photon overcharge. Not a bad harassment.
Yeah, the first Oracle finds no damage yet. We'll definitely get some kills here at the natural. Ooh.
Oh, not as much as he'd hoped for, that's for sure.
Only 2.
Ew. Well.
Only 2 kills to the 5 that Rain has gathered. He's going for Blink. He's going to have an Observer. So he'll be able to harass. He's going to have a lot more flexibility going in the mid-game here.
Yeah, he could certainly follow up in a big way. With Blink as well as that Robo facility already up and running. He wants to commit to Immortals. He's in a good place.
Comes a Hallucination Scout. We'll confirm that this second Oracle is still here. In fact, both Oracles are now back at home for extra defense against possible Warp Prism DT harass. So that puts him in a very flexible place, knowing that the Oracles are not going to be harassing, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He can focus on other things.
Always got to be careful of that, though. You can't just be like, well, the Oracles are in the natural main. I don't have to worry about this anymore.
Sure.
They can come back later and do a lot of probe damage. The probes right now are pretty even. It's like 37 to 40 right now, so it's not really a big difference either way. Pretty even game. The naturals are fairly similarly saturated, and the tech is quite similar.
Yeah, in fact, like the assimilators for herO are like 1 or 2 seconds faster at the natural. Just very, very close. The faster +1 here for herO. The forge is done for Rain, but he's not actually researching. In fact, he's warping in harassment forces here.
Let's see how many he commits to this as well. It should just be harassment, working on that ice. It's going to create a lot of havoc. These Phoenix are going to be careful as well. Blink isn't finished just yet there.
4 seconds left on that. Looks like they will escape. Oh, nice.
Very important revelation there. The Phoenix had, the Oracle had.
Now with these Stalkers now identified, it's going to be hard for Rain to really commit to any sort of damage. But he has 10 Stalkers now, and there's no Immortals on the map.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a difficult army to deal with when you have a look at what herO has right now. 2 Sentries, 3 Zealots, a Mothership Core, and 2 Oracles. The Oracles know that they're not going to be very useful on the defense, so he's sending them to go for some counterattack harassment. Now, this first Immortal needs a buddy, or at least some good force fields paired with him in order to stay alive. Otherwise, 100% Rain is going to target that down. Oh, here we go. It's going to be a flying crash to the natural. Same time, Oracles get completely denied here.
Good micro from Rain. Actually trading a lot of these Stalkers for some shields here, trying to get one of those sentries, but all things considered, he only lost a little bit of hit points on 1 Stalker for a pretty decent trade.
Look at this, warped in 3 more Stalkers as well, so he's going to commit to the main base here. And this is a big problem with Expedition Lost. You do have those 2 entrances.
And there's no vision here because he doesn't have an Observer because he's cranking out Immortals. And his Oracles are gone. First Immortal gets targeted here, but there's a lot of Zealots. I'm not so sure about this decision here for Rain. Ends up losing quite a few Stalkers and does not grab that Immortal.
Yeah, Immortal down at 43 HP, but yeah, just simply too much buffering for it right now. And 2 Immortals just is such a hard, so much damage to Stalkers.
Yeah, both players do have +1 now, but +2 started a little bit faster here for herO.
We are seeing that switch into Colossus for both sides there. Rain desperately needs that out ASAP.
Oh, he's going to go for the Forge. I like this choice a lot more, but he doesn't get it initially, but it's still very early. He could absolutely grab a snipe on it. It's down to 284. And with 2 Oracles here, you can one-shot a probe. Forces another overcharge to be used.
He loses one of those Oracles as well, so the damage is going to be followed up. More harassment going down here, just keeping him in his base with these Blink Stalkers, which is very smart. He can do this all game long because of those 2 fronts.
Yeah. Good pullbacks by herO, though. Doesn't lose that Immortal. taking a third base here is scouted, but I think this is a good choice considering the amount of forward pressure he has on the map at this point. This Colossus...
Oh, my God. He kills the Colossus.
With that many Stalkers, you got 12 Stalkers. You could basically two-shot with +1. That's what we just saw there.
Yeah. Also, just bad positioning from herO. Just a little too far forwards there. Let's get another one out now, but that's a bad place to be. Losing a Colossus like that can be very tilting.
He finally does have this Observer here now, though, so he can see these move-outs before they happen. I think going for the Forge would have been a good choice here, but just decides to blink back.
He should be using his Observer a little bit more to try and snipe out the Observer of Reigns.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Just
well,
I guess he doesn't know it's there.
Look at this. He's just going to give up the natural here. He's completely leaving his ice. And he's going to get pulled back anyway because of that photon overcharge.
Ooh, he could actually get sandwiched here. This is scary. Okay, does safely move back, knowing that that's most likely going to be the case.
All right, more and more Colossus coming out for Reign. He's sitting at 3 right now and 1 Immortal, so he's got a pretty decent-sized army right now. Oh, look at this.
Oh, man, herO is looking like Pro League round 4 semis again. There goes another Colossus.
He's going to go straight into the main base from here. If he started working on the Forge, maybe the...
Oh, the Mothership Core is going to go down as well.
Helps out as well.
But he could get sandwiched, but I feel like with this much damage these Stalkers got, I think it's
worth it.
It's definitely been worth it overall for sure. Look at this, even getting a few warping and zealots. He scouts the mass zealot tech as well.
Oh, he could actually work on this Immortal or this Colossus. Going to be the Immortal. Could maybe get it. One more shot.
1 health.
Oh, so close.
Loses the Observer as well. Now he knows he's up against a ton of charged zealots. A wall would be nice. But it looks like he might actually just have to give up this base. He's got 4 Colossi to 1, though, so with a good spread.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's fine. I think he's actually in a good place right now. He's a little bit behind in supply. Revelation scouts out this army with 4 Colossus and a decent amount of units to buffer for them. He can take this out.
He needs to spread. He needs to have his 12 Zealots blocking so those Colossi can get the damage done, because if the Zealots of herO get on top of those Colossi, the Colossus count means nothing.
There's so many Zealots coming out for Reign as well. And he also has Photon Overcharge available for that third base if he desires.
Or potentially a Time Warp. Could even be better.
He's going to take down the pylon instead. Very smart.
Oh, so much damage already been done to these Archons. Very carefully here. Looks like Reign even turned off autocast charge for those Zealots to make sure he could engage exactly where he wanted to.
Yeah, well, smart there. And here's just going to turn things around. He lost his pylon. He's like, well, I can't do much more.
This Oracle did get 8 kills in the meantime and delayed a lot of mining time. And you could see actually herO has an 8-worker lead, but this Nexus being alive is the biggest problem.
Yeah. I'm also liking the composition of ranged a lot more with this many Colossus already out. It's 4-3 now, though, so herO has caught up.
It's much easier to add Archons later because you can make them out of gateways. So the missing Archons in his comp can be added basically whenever he has the gas or whenever he feels like it. +2 done for both players at this point, so these Zealots going to collide with even upgrades, and actually looks like a 6v6 fight, but Stalkers to join, making things a little bit easier. And he's going to try to find now an angle with those ranged Colossi to poke. This is basically a poke-type composition that Reign has that herO is going to have to try to deal with at the third now.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a Warp Prism from either side just yet, considering how much trading's been going on in the middle of the map here. Like a good Zealot Warp in the main of either side could really disrupt the economy.
Second robotics is coming up here for herO, meanwhile, to try to catch up with his Colossi. +1 armor also done for him as well, but this is too good of a spread. He cannot engage. He's already going to lose a lot of ground here. Look at that Time Warp as well. Hallucinated Colossus, but look, Archons on the back, not able to do their damage, and Zealots are on top of the entire army of herO right now. This is going to be, well, it looks like it was going to be a one-sided fight, but with Warpits coming in,
yeah, you know,
GG, I don't even know what just happened there, Moonblade.
He ran right up the ramp there, man, into Archon Colossus, and it kind of got mashed. I feel like it was almost a death arena. It was like a big attack from Reign, but
was he just on move command?
It was a bad position there. Bad place to fight like that. He was spread out. I guess he decided to commit to it, but fighting up a ramp like that against that many Archons and that many Colossus, your Zealot's not going to last very long at all. It looked good for a second.
I mean, I look at that fight and I'm like, he has way more stuff. He's got Zealots on top of Colossi. They must not have been attacking. He was trying to move command in there. The Archons did end up doing a ton of splash damage on the high ground, but that was like a suicidal attack. He was ahead in every way in that game. It was totally unnecessary to force an engagement like that, but
yeah,
I like have to watch that fight again. That just totally threw me off there. Like, it's amazing for herO that he takes this win, but everything about that confuses me. That was a really strange fight there.
Super strange fight. Big committal that is kind of surprising considering the situations. Maybe he just thought I'm too far behind. Here is already saturated his third base. I have to go for one big attack and try and end it there. And if I don't do it, I lose the game.
We're going to take a 10-minute break, guys, a little bit of a longer one, it looks like, before we go into game number 5. So stay tuned.